Sandra. Welcome to Asexualise, my Asexual Life. I am Sandra Berman, the author of Asexual Perspectives, founder of asexualise.com and Asexualise Academy. This is the place to be for education about asexuality. So if you haven't already subscribe right now and hit the bell icon to get notified of every time I post a new video. Hello Michael, nice of you to join me. So this Asexuality Relationships discussion is all about finding your soulmate and how. Well, finding your soulmate can be very, very crazy. I would say just never ever give up. So tonight I did something a bit crazy, not totally crazy. It started off going quite well and then I ended up in a crazy situation. So I just thought I'd explain. So one of the ways I've thought of finding your asexual soulmate is Meetup.com. Now Meetup.com, if you didn't already know, is a place where you can go to look at different meetups near where you live. Sometimes you can find ones near where you live, sometimes they're miles apart. And when you go on meetup.com, it's got meetups for everything. You can think of business events, singles, hiking, hobbies, interests. People just meet up for all different reasons. And so there's a place called Bristol, which is not too far from where I live. It's about 2 hours on the train. And there's a guy who hosts asexual meetups up there. So, I need to be with a younger foreign guy, right? So I thought, right, I'm trying to find my asexual soulmate. I'm also on asexuality.com and ace-book.net. So obviously, if you're trying to find your soulmate, it's a good idea to go on those sites. You can also use those sites to form friends as well. You don't have to do dating, but asexuality.com is known as an asexual dating site, whereas ace-book.net is known as an asexual dating and social network site. So the latter of the two is, not specifically only for dating, but it is still known as a place where people go for dating. Asexuals, that is. Just be aware that not everyone's asexual on them. As you probably know, we have sexuals infiltrating us from time to time and people pretending to be something they're not. So just be very careful of that and very wary of it. So I thought, well, on meetup.com, what you can do is you can go through the members lists. So I've done that before in the past. There was another asexual group on there, but the problem was it wasn't just for asexuals, and there was people in there that were pansexual and all different types. And when it came to doing the thing I'm going to tell you to do now and give it a go, I found that pretty much all of them weren't asexual. So what I've been doing is going through the members and trying to look for any foreign guys that I like the look of in a picture, or even, and just to at least try and be friends with them, Of course, I'm looking for an asexual soulmate for a relationship, but I need to make more asexual friends anyway. And if I make more asexual guy friends that happen to be foreign, then I kind of hopefully will meet someone through that maybe just one of them happens to be heteromantic and happens to want a relationship. Now, they might not, but that's fine because I need to make more asexual friends anyway. So that's the idea I had. So if you are online, go to meetup.com and just see if there's any sexual meetup groups in your city, in your country, because everything's worth a go, isn't it? I think when you're looking for asexual love, romance, relationship, or even if you're just looking for friends, you need to try and find people in the most, the places where maybe you don't necessarily think you'll find them, or you don't think of these things. Maybe you don't know about certain sites. So I was trying to look up, so from the meetup.com, there's certain people that allow you to message them, and there's certain people that don't. And they have a little message bubble, and if you click through it, and it doesn't go through to messaging their inbox, it just kind of goes back to the site. You know that person's got their settings on the fact you can't message them. And I was very aware that there was some people on there that actually weren't even in the UK by the look of it. Some of them had like foreign addresses, but some of them had foreign addresses, yet they're still in the UK as well, because I went on their Facebook profile. So those people who I couldn't message direct, I then typed their name into Facebook and some of them came up. Obviously, sometimes they use a name that's not actually true, it's a fake name, but some of them came up. So I've messaged a few of them to say I live in the UK in Exeter, I hold meetups in my city, but I'm also looking to make asexual friends. Now, just because they're there in the Bristol asexual group doesn't mean to say they're asexual, because a lot of people get confused with what asexual is. They think asexual means being a sexual person. So therefore, some of these guys that I message, even via Facebook, they might not be asexual. That's why I've asked them, where do they fall on the asexual spectrum, to make sure they're definitely asexual. So, you know, if I get some people messaging me back because of that, that'd be great. But when I was looking for one particular guy, all I had was his first name. I put his first name into Facebook just to see what would come up. And this guy came up who lived in my city in Exeter, this young guy who looked like he went to Exeter College in my city. So I messaged him randomly and friend requested him. And it didn't go too well, actually, as you can imagine. He obviously might be asexual though. That's a funny thing, because he wasn't into... he hadn't got many friends on there, which, you know, if guys are into a lot of girls, they usually have lots of, well, even if they're into a lot of guys, they usually have a lot of friends on there if they're into, relationships. And I know, you know, and that's one of the things I noticed. And then, you know, I just thought it's possible, because he wanted to know while I was messaging him. It's like, why are you messaging me? Do I know you? And that's what I ask, you know, for people who I'm worried about, because they might be sexual as well as strangers. And so I thought that's quite classic asexual stuff. But you know, he wasn't happy. I messaged him. I explained that I was looking for someone on Meetupcom, and they happened to have the same name and first name, and he happened to live in my city, which I thought was a coincidence. I thought I'd take a risk and message him, as I like foreign guys. Then he was on about, well, I'm British born, and, you know, you assumed that I was foreign, and that was quite shallow, and oh my goodness me, you know, and the shallow that I like foreign guys. And so that didn't go very well, really. I said, well, I'm not a sexual person, in case you're wondering. I just think foreign and coloured skin's very beautiful, and I think you're very beautiful. That's what I said to him. I'm not a sexual person, in case you're wondering. I said, you can check out my profile. But then he thought I was trying to sell him something. He said, oh, so this is an advertisement, is it? I said, no, I'm really sorry to bother you. I've retracted my friend's request, and take care. You know, I was just so gutted, because it's like, I kind of wanted to talk about asexuality with him, but I said I'm not a sexual person. I was hoping he'd look at my profile and think, what the hell's asexual? What does it mean? But he didn't. And I didn't know whether I should say the word asexual, because I thought that might, you know, be even worse. But I did say I'm not a sexual person, and I like foreign guy friends and stuff. But yeah, he didn't seem very happy with me anyway, because he seemed to think I was shallow because I was looking for foreign guys. And he didn't understand why. And I said, actually, I'm the opposite of shallow, but, you know, he didn't know me. So, you know, sometimes you take risks with asexual dating. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. I just thought, he was foreign, really beautiful, and happens to live in my city. And I just thought it was a huge coincidence that I was looking for an asexual guy, and he popped up, even though, you know, I don't know if he's asexual or not, because I was looking for someone from asexual group on Meetup.com. But, you know, if you don't take risks in life, you know, what happens? You know, you don't get anywhere. And I said to him I took a risk because I didn't know how he'd respond, basically. And you know, sometimes in life you have to take risks, even if I can seem a little bit crazy. Personally, I think you should probably have said that you're asexual rather than not very sexual. You know, what do I do now though, Mike? I said I'm not a sexual person. Like, full stop. Do you know what I mean? Do you think I should go back and say I'm asexual? The guy is probably going to block me if I say that though, because he won't understand what it means. Do you see what I mean? If I say the word asexual to a young foreign guy who doesn't know me, he'll probably think I mean I'm sexual. That's why I didn't use the word asexual. Yeah, exactly. But I didn't use the word asexual because a lot of guys think it means I'm a sexual person. That's why I said I'm not a sexual person. I use the specific words, I'm not a little bit sexual. I use the words I'm not a sexual person. So, yeah, that's what I know. Well, it's not too late. I could still message him. He'll probably block me then anyway. But yeah, and he was really young, so he'd probably be too young for me anyway. Yeah, I know you always capitalise the A, but people don't have a clue what that is. If some random stranger messages you, I'm an asexual person, and you don't know what the hell asexuality is, what would you think? Especially if you grew up as a heterosexual normativity. No one understands what asexuality is. It's not their fault. I never heard of the word asexual before until someone mentioned it to me. Asexual, to people means that I'm a sexual person. That's what it means. It's not their fault. How are they supposed to know? Some asexuals kind of like don't understand why other people don't understand that we're asexual, but asexuality is not known. So as far as a traditionally brought up heterosexual person is concerned, an asexual person is someone who's asexual, unless they hear about it, unless someone tells them I'm asexual, which means the absence of sexual attraction. So I'd assume people have heard the word at least with regard to asexual reproduction. No, I mean, I didn't hear of asexual reproduction, really. I mean, I'd heard of amoebas, I think, which I think produce asexually, but not everyone has even heard of asexual reproduction. There are thousands of people who've never even heard of the word asexual before, and that's assuming. If I turn around, that's why I said I'm not a sexual person. I've still got where is it? I've still got what I wrote to him, actually. This is how the conversation went. I'll read it back to you. And I kind of wanted, but he's going to be really young. Yeah, but it's true. It's not really their fault. They can't help it. They don't know. Oh, he's bi. Sorry, I just got an actual asexual message me back that he's bi. I'm like, oh, probably got a preference for men. Oh, at least he accepted my request. So I got someone from my asexual. So yeah, this is live now. So there's a guy on Meetupcom. I told you I'd messaged some people on Facebook, and he's just got back to me saying, "Hi Sandra, I'm good, thanks. How are you? Do you often meet up in Bristol as well? I'm still figuring out what I am. More bi by nature. Okay." So I'll message him back in a bit. So at least I got one response from someone who's actually from the meetup. So this is the guy. This is how the conversation went with the guy in my city, right? Bear in mind, he doesn't know who the heck I am, and I'm a complete stranger to him, which is fair enough. Sorry, do I know you? I put, hey, I was looking for someone from a meetup group on Meetup.com with a first name the same as you, and you just popped up and happened to live in the same city as me, and no, you don't know me. Well, considering I've never gone on the site, but I just thought it's remarkable that you live in the same city as me and I have lots of foreign friends. I think you have the wrong person. I know it's not you, I put. Okay, so why did you add me? I can tell from the photo because I like to have foreign guy friends, so I thought I'd risk it. Interesting. I was born here and that statement is slightly racist. This is how the conversation went, so it's obviously not going to be very good, is it? I don't mean it racist at all. I meant it truthfully. I like foreign guys. But I am not like other girls in the sense I don't like guys the way other girls do. So he never asked me what that meant. Yes, but you assumed that I was foreign. So he's obviously quite angry with me. I'm making a stranger angry. I don't want to make him angry. Yes, you said you were born in Exeter, but look foreign. I like foreign guy look and being around foreign guys, but most of my friends do not live in Exeter. British born is great. I'm sorry if I offended you. No offence taken, but why are you interested in people who look foreign? That's rather shallow. Do you see what I mean? I wasn't going to get anywhere with this guy. I have British guy friends too. I am really not a shallow person. I think coloured skin is very beautiful. But I have many friends from different culture, background and ethnicities. If you want to check out my profile, then please do. I took a risk by speaking to someone I don't know. But everyone is a stranger until we speak to them, and sometimes in life you have to take risks. Even if I may look a bit crazy doing that, better to do that than never try. I just thought it a coincidence. You live in my city and you're very beautiful, and I am not a sexual person, in case you were wondering. Okay, so this is an advertisement. Do you see what I mean? I can't win with this guy. I just said, thank you for your time. No, it really isn't. Sorry. And he put no problem. And I put, have cancelled my friend request. Sorry to bother you. Take care. And he put okay. And I just put a thumbs up. So do you see what I mean? I said I'm not a sexual person. He wasn't even listening to me. He wasn't even interested in the fact I wasn't sexual. Or he was interested in the fact he thought I was a shallow person because I like foreign guys. And he's not even foreign because he's British born, even though he looks completely foreign. So I wasn't really going to get anywhere with that. But at least I've got the other guy that's messaged me back. But he's bi. I bet he's got a preference for guys. Every person I keep meeting lately has a preference for guys. Every asexual guy has a preference for guys. So that's why I didn't even go down the route of I'm asexual, because he wasn't even interested in that. He wasn't even interested. That's what I mean. He didn't blink an inch at the fact that I wasn't a sexual person, which makes me think maybe he is asexual. And also, maybe, I mean, he could be an aromantic because obviously, you know, and he's not got many friends. He's got 90-something friends. And I just think, maybe you are asexual. But, you know, I said I'm not a sexual person. He obviously wasn't even interested in that. He obviously thought I was shallow. And he didn't like, you know, I just thought I'm getting his back up. So I thought it's better just to leave him, you know, sadly. I didn't, you know, use the word asexual. I was hoping he'd check out my profile, but I said I'm not a sexual person. When you told him to visit your profile, I think he thought you had an advert on your profile. And when you said you're not a sexual person, I think he thought you were saying it like some sexuals do. Well, I think he probably said advertisement, because I am known as an asexual entrepreneur, and I do, you know, I don't just do asexuality, but I do coaching, and I do obviously I'm a speaker now for asexuality. I'm on the Avon speaking team and stuff like that. So yeah, if he checks out my profile, it might seem like an advert anyway, because I have got other stuff on there. But whatever I say, I don't think I was going to win with that guy. Even if I say, I mean, I could message him back and say, look, I didn't want to say anything, but I am asexual. But I mean, what's going to do? He's just going to get peed off with me even more, because I said I'd leave him in peace and then contact him again. Do you know what I mean? He's quite young as well. I don't want to get into trouble. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's a really young guy, so kind of like, if you're asexual and young guy and you're on asexual dating sites, it's a bit different, isn't it? But if you're a really young guy and you don't know this person's talking to you, it can be a bit, you know, not very good. So I just thought it's random, but I don't know, kind of like I feel I should have said something, but then he's not going to understand unless I explain it to him. Then he might be thinking, yeah, I'm trying to understand, but from what I understand, he's I have met some people who actually don't like the fact that I like foreign guys the way I do, because they do think they do think some of the same things he does, but it's ridiculous. I had one foreign guy though, asexual. He came, I saw him on one of the sites. I messaged him and he goes, oh, I've seen your profile on Facebook and I don't like inspirational stuff. So please don't friend me. You wouldn't be suitable as a girlfriend like type person anyway, because I don't like inspirational stuff. I don't like people who post inspirational stuff. And that was him. And I've met another foreign guy, like really, you know, he was on TV. He wants a relationship. But when I said to him, I was paying him a compliment, he didn't take it as a compliment. He took it as an uncompliment and didn't like it, because I said he was cute. And he's like, well, I don't think cute's very good, you know. I don't think it's a very nice word to use. You know, and I'm like, how can someone not like being called cute? But he didn't. He found it insulting. So some foreign guys, they just like, they take things the wrong way. But if they're going to be like that, then they're not really suitable for me anyway, because I can't talk to them about anything and everything, can I? They just are obviously on the defensive one to begin with. And if someone's defensive all the time, you can't really speak to them. Do you know what I mean? It's like I said, I told this asexual guy he was cute, and he didn't like it. He found it really offensive. And he meant it. He wasn't mean it as a joke. He found it offensive that I called him cute. He thought that it was he seemed to think that it was an insuperior comment, like, you know, like it was a sort of chuck away comment. I don't know how anyone can find, you know, if someone calls me cute, I think that's really sweet. Someone calls me that, I think that's really nice, especially as an asexual person. I think that's great, but do you know what I mean? So, I mean, I was some random person who messaged a guy who lives in my city, and I'm a stranger, so that's going to get his back up for a start, especially maybe if he is asexual. But, you know, even if I started talking about asexuality, it would have still looked like an advertisement, because I would have had to mention my website, really, if he didn't understand it. Or I could have mentioned asexuality.org, but he doesn't know that's a charitable organisation in the USA. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't even have a clue what that is. He might not even be asexual. He's just really young, so maybe, you know, I don't know. Part of me wanted to say I'm asexual, but then, you know, if I have to explain it, I'd probably have to show him my website, show him the YouTube channel, and then he would think I was advertising to him anyway. So I think I'm pretty stuffed on that one. And also, I think he's just defensive with me anyway, because he obviously doesn't like the fact that I like foreign guys particularly. So I don't think that would have really worked anyway. Shame. But never mind. Onwards and upwards. The hetero, I think I told you that I met a heterosexual guy at the jobs fair. I'm not sure if I told you that. But he's not staying in this country. He leaves at the end of the year. So if I did any kissing or anything like that with him, it would only be temporary stuff. I'm not really into temporary stuff, but I do like kissing. He is quite kissable, but I'm not just going to drop my life for him. Like, last night he messaged me, because he's staying in a hotel down my road, and he messaged me going, oh, can I see you outside? And I'm like, well, no, I'm busy. So I told him, I said, if you want to see me, you'll have to make an arrangement when I can fit you into my busy schedule. Like, he's basically over in the UK, because he was studying my city. He's not asexual, like I said. And he is graduating, but he wants to stay on for his official graduation ceremony, which is in December. And after that, he's going back to Africa for a year or two. So, do you know what I mean? I'm never going to see him again anyway. But while I'm over here, and while we met, I suggested being friends with him, but he likes me more than a friend. He's told me that already. And so, you know, he's after meeting up with me, and I originally thought I could do it because I wanted to be his friend, but then I like him a bit more than a friend. He likes me more than a friend. But the thing is, if I do anything like meet up with him and kiss him and cuddle it with him, one, I don't know who the heck he is because I haven't got to know him as a friend yet. And two is, you know, like, you got to be careful of safety when you don't know someone. Three is, I'm not going to drop my life for him, which he seems to think, like, I'll kick his fingers and I'll come running, which I won't do that. Because I had a missed call from him tonight, and like, haven't heard from him all day. I told him, I said yesterday, I said, if you want to meet up with me, you need to do it in advance when I can fit you into my busy schedule. I mean, if he's not going to listen to that, and I'm going to get a missed call from him in the evening again, then it's his problem. Do you know what I mean? I can't be dealing with these people who just think that I'm at their beck and call when really I'm not. I've got a life of my own. I've got a lot of work to do now to catch up with. At the moment, I'm optimising my asexualise.com site again. I've had to rechange some settings because the site speed's still slow. And currently behind this iPad, there's a speed optimization thing on my actual plugin for the shop. So I'm just going through that. But I mean, you know, I'm moving you a minute. I've got 457 asexual products on there with different variations, multiple variations of the same product, like could be colour and size and stuff like that. And I'm only on 36. Do you see what I mean? It's like, crikey, I've got a long way to go yet, but I just need to speed up the site. If I can't speed it up myself, I'm going to have to pay a developer to help me speed it up, which is a bit annoying because I bought this shop theme and a special thing that allows me to import products directly from Amazon, and I'm choosing like the best asexual products I can find, so that you know, people can come and they can browse on my site, pick some items, put them in the basket, go straight to Amazon, check out. But I've had side speed issues. It was 2 minutes loading, and then I had to retake everything off again. It took me like 3 weeks to take things off and re-put everything back on. But the site is like still slow, but it's about 20 seconds load speed now, which is better than 2 minutes, but it's still down. So that's what I'm currently working on. So, you know, I'm a busy person. I'll move it back now to check it's still working. Oh, yeah, it's still working. I'm still a busy person. And, you know, I want you to know that, you know, if you meet people that you like in your life, like asexuals, and you're dating or interested in a relationship, or even if you're trying to date heterosexuals or throw them into the mix, you know, don't devalue your worth by being at their beck and call. You know, if you meet a guy and he thinks he's gonna click his fingers and you be there and come running, don't. I had an asexual guy like that, right? He lives in the UK, foreign, and he was messaging me, and then his friend came to his home, and then he stopped messaging me for 5 days. As soon as his friend leaves, it's like phoning me up. He's messaging me going, can you speak on the phone now? I said, no, I can't. I'm doing shopping. I'm in Sainsbury's, which if you're not in the UK, then you might not know Sainsbury's is a supermarket. So I said to him, I'm not, you know, I said to him, I'm busy. I'm shopping in Sainsbury's, you know, if you want to chat to me, you know, when were you thinking of? He goes, now, well, I said, like I said, I can't do now. I'm busy. So, you know what I mean? And then he messaged me later, video chatted with me, and that was, and I said the next day, thanks, I really enjoyed it. He said he did too, and that was about pretty much the last I ever heard from him. And then all of a sudden, he came on like Facebook Messenger, which was a couple of weeks ago, and goes, hi baby, sorry about the missed video call. I know I have to book in a time with you. You know, how are you? And I'm like, huh? Do you know what I mean? It's like, one, I'm not his baby. Two, he hasn't spoke to me for weeks, and he's known as a low investment guy. So I do a lot of learning and developing myself about about dating in general, and with dating coaches. I watch videos all the time to help you guys and to help myself. And one of the things they have in there is someone called a low investment guy. Now, I've seen this guy lots, and I'm really glad they did this video. And a low investment guy is someone who invests the least possible. I'm talking about guys. I'm sure there are women like this as well. So it's not just limited to guys. But because I watch a lot of dating coaches that give advice to women about guys, this is what I'm saying. So I could say a low investment person. So he was a low investment person. So a low investment person who is someone who invests as little as time as possible to get what they want out of you. So say like in the world of heterosexual dating, because that's predominantly what it is. Say there's a girl and she really likes a guy, and the guy's like sending her one message about meeting up and expecting her to be there or whatever, and she says, well, no, I'm busy, I can't. And then he might go away for a few days, and then he messages again going, oh, I'm free now, can you see me? And she'll be like, you know, and he's like a low investment guy. He's a low investment person. He's putting as little effort into as possible to meet up with her, because he thinks he can get what he wants just by making minimal effort, which is a bit what this heterosexual guy is doing, right? He's messaging me like, yesterday he messaged me, you know, like in the evening about meeting up. It's like 9 something at night. I'm like, no, I'm busy. And today he's like, I've got a missed call from him on Skype. It's like, do you know what I mean? In the evening, he's had all day to message me, but he hasn't bothered. That's known as a low investment guy. Someone who invests at least little as time as possible, doesn't make it a big effort, and just wants everything its own way. And a lot of the time, sadly, it's for someone's ego and for validation. You know, it's when they've got no, you mean, at the moment, he's got no job. So he's got tons of time on his hands. One, that begs the question, why didn't he message me earlier if he's that interested in me? And two, it's because he's bored. It's probably part of the reason he is interested in me, because he's got nothing better to do with his life. Do you know what I mean? I know he fancies me, though, so it's not just that. But, you know, I don't know the guy, you know, and he's not going to be around forever anyway. So I told him, I said, you know, I need to look round for asexual guys. I need to look round for a guy that's going to be here all the time and want a decent relationship with me, not someone who's just going to be here for 4 months, who I'm going to get attached to, and it's not particularly nice for me. You know, so if I did do anything with that guy, it would only be kissing and cuddling, and then he would be gone in December. And it's kind of like, I can't be exclusive to him or, you know, with him in a relationship, because obviously he knows I'm asexual. But two is like, you know, I could meet someone else. I could meet an asexual guy this year before Christmas. You know, I'm really putting a lot of effort into finding my asexual soulmate, and I will continue to do so. And I really believe 2018 is the year I meet him. I may not actually be with him this year, but I believe he'll come up somehow in my life this year. Part of it, I just believe that. You know, it could be just I see him once or something, or I happen to see him in a group, or I happen to message him, or it could be like a fleeting moment. I don't know. But I just believe it's this year, and I don't want to hold myself down to one heterosexual guy who's not going to be in my life forever, and clearly not my soulmate, when there's so many other guys out there, and there's people who will stay in my city as well. You know, I want to, if I'm going to date foreign heterosexual guys, I'd rather do one that's in my city permanently, to be quite honest with you. In a sense, I mean, in a way, it's better he's not, because he's leaving. Because if I did kiss him and cuddle him, then it's like, well, I can't be with you anyway permanently, because you're not asexual. So really, long term, you'd be no good for me. So it'd be temporary anyway. So in that way, it's quite good. But then I get emotionally attached to people. Do you know what I mean? That's going to be hell for me if I have to be, you know, if I'm interested in him and kissing him and stuff, and then he leaves in December. It's kind of quite horrible, I think. So at the moment, I'm just keeping it at my arm's length until he can even be bothered to be decent about meeting up, you know. He can easily message me and say, hey, Sandra, I understand you're really busy. I really admire the work you do. I'd still love to meet up with you. You know, what lunchtime are you free this week? Or which evening could you fit me into your schedule? You know, something like that. But no, nothing like that. It's just phone me or contact me when he wants me. I'm not doing that. Do you see what I mean? That isn't a decent guy. That's someone who's just thinking of themselves all the time. And that's not good. So until he can buck his ideas up and change the way he does things, then I'm not biting, to be quite honest with you. I've got better stuff to be doing with my time, and I've got to be careful anyway, because he's not going to stay in this country. He's going to be the kiss him, hug him, leave him type of guy. Well, he's already told me. He said, I've told you that I'm going back to my own country at the end of the year. I already told you at the beginning. But in the beginning, I said about just being friends with him. I didn't say about kissing him. So that's how come it's changed a bit now. Do you see what I mean? So it's a bit different. Anyway, so I just wanted to say, you know, then don't give up if you are looking for a asexual soulmate. It can take a long time, you know, and you kind of have to take risks. You have to try new things sometimes. Sometimes they pay off and sometimes they don't. But I hope I've given you, you know, something to go on, you know, like try Meetup.com. Search to find if there's any meetup groups in your area. You might not even meet any asexual person, but you might make some friends in like different hobby groups, you know, that meet up. Like an art group or a hiking group or something like that, because Meetup.com's got groups for everyone. You know, you might make some friends like that if you're not, you know, if you want to be more sociable and get out to more groups. It can be a good way of, you know, meeting other people for walking, hiking, you know, doing sports together, meeting for mutual interests, business. You know, Meetup.com's got tons of different meetups, so give it a go. I'm just trying to help you guys. As I'm saying, I'm doing this myself. I'm trying to help you. So, you know, I went round and messaged the people on Meetup.com, the asexual meetup group, to find out, you know, who these people are. And I've contacted all the foreign guys that I think are quite good looking. I haven't contacted all of them. Some of them, you know, I just wouldn't mind being friends with. But there's a couple on there that I just think, nah, I'm not too keen on the look of you. But, you know, so go for it. That's what I say. And live, love, matter, and be happy. Anyway, I hope this video has been insightful for you, interesting for you, and giving you stuff to think about. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, because it really helps me get these videos up in the search engine rankings. And I really appreciate that, because the more thumbs up I get, the more I'm like, I can do more of these type of videos. And if you haven't already subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified of every time I post a new video. Thanks for the thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Michael, for tuning in. As always, you're one of my top viewers in here, so I have to say a big shout out to you for that. And thanks to everyone else who watches my channel. Until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's, and I will see you on the next video. I've been live streaming now non-stop since the 1st of July, every single day. So can I keep it up? Let's hope so. Anyway, take care. I will see you soon. Bye.